All right, friends, we've made it to Thursday. If you haven't finished your work, you need to pause the video and go back. If you need the questions read to you, I'm going to read them, then pause the video and go back to work. The first one says round 339 to the nearest 10. Number 2, what are the 2 missing numbers in this pattern? Number 3, circle each number sentence that can be completed by using the fact 7 plus 9 equals 16. And number 4 says Kenny has $25. He wants to buy a pair of socks for $13 and a t-shirt for $15. A, how much do the items cost? B, does he have enough money? Okay, so if you have not done the work for all 4 questions, then you need to pause and go back and do it. For those of you who have finished them with work, let's go ahead and check it. So number 1 says round 339 to the nearest 10. So we know we're going to underline the digit in the tens place. So that's 3. 3 tens is 30. And then on the other end would be 40. But we don't just have, we were going to just stick that 100 back in front of it. So now I'm thinking, what are my red numbers? What are my green numbers? I have 1, 2, 3, 4 are red. Oops. Remember, this is the guy doing the rounding. So it's really 331, 332, 333, 334. And then the rest of my numbers to 340 are green. Oh, and that green doesn't work. So 335, 336, 337, 338, and 339. There's that 9. That's a green number, so it's going to round up to 340 is our final answer. Okay. Number 2 says, what are the 2 missing numbers in the missing numbers in this number pattern? So let me get my pattern written down. 7, comma blank, comma 15, 19, comma blank, comma 27. Okay, I need to figure out what this is counting by. So I need to figure out first, is it getting bigger or smaller? Increasing, meaning getting bigger, or decreasing, meaning getting smaller. And I see that as I read, my numbers are getting bigger. So I know that it's got to be plus something. So since I have 2 numbers here together, I'm going to figure out plus 15 plus what gives me 19. Okay, if you're not sure, you could also turn it around and do 19 minus 15. Either way, we should get that there's plus 4 going from 15 to 19. So now that means that between each part of my pattern, I'm going to be adding 4. So I'm going to plug in and make sure that it works for each part. So 7 plus 4 here, 7 plus 4 is 11. Is 11 plus 4 15? We did 15 plus 4 is 19. 19 plus 4. If you need to do it, do this, or you can count up. But we're going to get 23. And 23 plus 4 gives me 27. So I know plus 4 is my pattern all the way across because when I double checked it, it worked. So make sure you're always double checking once you put the numbers in the blanks to make sure it's the same, because sometimes it could be a growing pattern, which means that it might be plus 2, plus 3, plus 4, plus 5. Or it could be a pattern that goes plus 4, plus 2, plus 4, plus 2, plus 4, plus 2. So we have to be very careful when we do patterns about checking between each pair of numbers. Okay. Number 3 says circle each number sentence that can be completed by using the fact 7 plus 9 equals 16. So this is a fact family type question. Okay, 7, 9, and 16. And we want to know which ones are true statements. So the way I do this is I'm going to put the missing number. So I know, looking at the question, I know since it's a fact family, I have to use the number 7, I have to use the number 9, and I have to use the number 16. So I'm going to figure out what is the missing number in each of these equations. Then I'm going to figure out if it's true or false. So in A, I have blank plus 7 equals 16. What number did I not use? I didn't use 9, so I'm going to plug 9 in. Does 9 plus 7 equal 16? Yep, so that one's good to go. Number 2 says, letter B, 16 equals 9 plus blank. So I have to figure out first, what is my missing number? Well, here I have the 16, I have the 9, I need the 7. Does 9 plus 7 equal 16? Absolutely it does, so I'm going to put a check mark next to it and circle it. Okay, here is my third choice. What's my missing number? I have a blank. I used my 9, I used my 7, so I need 16. Now I'm asking myself, does 16 minus 9 equal 7? And the answer to that is yes, so C works. And then last one, D, says blank minus 16 equals 9. So I'm missing the number 7. That's my first step. Now, does 7 minus 16 equal 9? No, that doesn't make sense, because if you have 7, you can't take away 16. So that choice is no good. All right, and the last problem is we're going to get our UPSC drawn. Remember, U stands for what do I understand, meaning what's the important information in the problem. P stands for plan, so deciding is it going to be 1 step, 2 step, and what are those steps going to be. S stands for solve, and C stands for check. Remember, you always check step 1, solve step 1, check step 1, solve step 2, check step 2. And we check with the opposite operation. So I'm going to read the word problem again, and we're going to go sentence by sentence. So the first sentence says Kenny has $25. Okay, that's important. So we want to know Kenny has $25. The second sentence says he wants to buy a pair of socks for $13 and a t-shirt for $15. So I know that socks cost $13, and I know that a t-shirt costs $15. So now I can figure out what it is that I'm trying to solve for. The first question is, how much do the items cost? So how much money for the items? The second question, does he have enough? And I went very far into my solve box there. All right, so to answer step A, I need to decide what it is that I'm gonna do. So I need to know how much money do the items cost. Items are things. So socks and t-shirts are things. Those are items. So if I want to know how much the things cost, well, we know we have socks for $13 and a t-shirt for $15. So if I want to know how much it costs, just like at the grocery store, they ring, 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 and at the end they give you a total. They've added it all up. So I need to add my 13 plus 15. And that's going to give me how much they cost, the total cost for the things, the items. And then B says, does he have enough money? So I need to compare my answer, my sum, and I'm going to compare it to $25. Because if it's more than $25, will he have enough money? No. If it costs $300 and he only has $25, he's not going to be able to buy them. So let's first start with step A. So we're going to solve 13 plus 15. 3 plus 5 is 8. 1 plus 1 is 2. So we have $28. Now we're going to check step 1. The opposite of addition is subtraction. So we're going to check it with a subtraction. 28 minus 15, hopefully we get 13. So 8 minus 5 is 3. 2 minus 1 is 1. Those check out. So my $28 was my answer to step A. Now for B, I need to compare $28 compared to $25. Which one is more? Well, they both are 20. Then I have 8 and 5, so 8 is bigger. So does he have, if the items cost $28 and he only has 25, can he buy both things? No, because 25 is his limit. He would get up to the cash register and say, oh, sorry, I only have $25, and he'd have to put the items back.